pretty good at that. Start the story he thinks he is alone. He's been obsessed with, after his parents' death. I mean, it's taken over so much space in his mind that he's kind of thinking he doesn't realize that there are people around him there are people who can care for him, and new people, and there are people in his life who he does have a relationship with. He's in somewhat of a nihilistic tailspin. There's a voiceover at the beginning where he's saying he's put everything into being Batman, and it's not changing anything. And he's still committing to a doomed project at the beginning. But yeah, I think he wakes up to thinking, no matter how alone you are, no matter how alone you feel, sometimes you're just not actually seeing the people who are actually in your life, and I think the story kind of wakes him up to that a little bit.
Yeah, in terms of our relationship or our dynamic, again, it was really, really clear what Matt wanted to do in the script, and then he had these wonderfully interesting references like Klute, these kind of noir films, or Chinatown, and that was kind of where we drew the specificity of our dynamic.
You got a lot of cats.
I have a thing about strays.
Well, it's definitely this kind of game of cat and mouse and this push and pull. I think we both kind of, push each other's buttons, and we're very similar in some ways and very different in some ways, so it's very complex. But I think this is the most emotionally driven version that we've seen on film. I think oftentimes it can feel like more of a game, and I think in this film it really feels like, an emotional connection.
I think normally the relationship is Batman's obsessed with control, and so Catwoman kind of likes messing with his control. But in this, Bruce is still obsessed with control, but he's just not so certain that he's in control. And I think I think Selina kind of sees that and has a little bit of sympathy for it.
Yeah. Selina has fallen for Batman.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what you feel on your side, but right? I mean...
Yeah, it's just the surface.
No, she
love me when I take off my hat.
Do you think Bruce...
Is it just by...
Oh, okay.
Okay, sorry, no.
No, never mind. I'm done. I answered the question.
For more The Batman, make sure to check out our review. And for everything else, stick with IGN.